Guys, I just found out it's impossible to keep your tongue still, like if you stick your tongue out. Like, it'll move and twitch, like you can't keep it completely still.
Rest in peace, YouTube.
Okay, yes, I'm daring to challenge Perez Hilton here. YouTube is far from dead and has quite a few more perks than TikTok. I'm a creator with 38k subs and I am monetized. Limited character counts for comments and limited record time is what's holding TikTok back. As long as all that stuff's still limited, TikTok's reach will still be limited.
Decorative towels are dumb. They're dumb. They're so fucking dumb.
Darling, you know what's dumber than that shit? Decorative rooms. I'm talking about whole ass fucking rooms that people don't even use. You can't sit on the furniture. You can't set anything down anywhere on anything in the rooms. The rooms simply exist to look at. And there's no significant meaning behind the room either. Nobody important died in that room. My theory behind these decorative rooms: you got too much fucking money. If you've got a house that is so fucking big that there are rooms you don't even fucking need, to the point where you fill them with furniture that you don't fucking need and it exists for you to solely look at, you got too much money. You wanna know what? I don't care. I don't care if they used a filter to achieve that. I don't care if that apple might be poisonous. You can bet your bottom dollar if I find me a blue apple, I'm eating that motherfucking apple. Oh my god, they're a thing. They're actually a thing. Look at this. Who do I need to call? Who do I need to get in contact with? What foreign country do I need to go to get me a blue Pearman apple?
Tell me what state you're from without telling me what state you're from.
Yeah, people come to my state for special rocks and fudge. If you don't like the weather here, wait 5 minutes, it'll change. Everybody here hates the winters, but we refuse to leave. The names of a lot of towns and cities are tongue twisters. Verner's Ginger Ale. Everyone else commonly mistakes a part of our state for Canada. We have a saying, walk 2 hours in any direction, you will find fresh water. And if you ask me, we have the most recognizable shape of all the states. First of all, follow this man. His username is Fat to Healthy. Second of all, the comments he was talking about in that video is absolutely unacceptable. I want y'all to take a good look at me. I'm 275 pounds. Like him, I am also working to better myself and become healthy. And the people who have been putting him down and making fun of him are absolutely disgusting. This is where we start out. This is where our journey begins. Before you comment on a post like that, I want you to take a good look at yourself. You probably ain't no supermodel either. We all gotta start our journey somewhere, and if he wants to document it, that is his right. He is allowed to do it. You don't like it, shut up and keep scrolling. Okay, so believe it or not, this is me. Around 2 years ago, a little over. Around that time, I weighed around 220 pounds. And that wasn't even me at my lightest. The lightest I ever got was around 198 pounds. I worked a job that was very physical, very manual labor, and I paid attention to what I ate. And then you got me now at around 275 pounds. What the fuck happened? I started overeating and I got lazy. Doesn't matter how many people say I don't look my weight. It doesn't matter if people blame it on me being tall or having a massive BMI index. I know that I can be better. My old videos are the evidence. And I'm going to work hard to get back to that weight. Okay, so this is just something that I want to get out here because it is pissing me the fuck off. If you're one of the people who believes the Holocaust was a hoax, that the murder of over 6 million Jews didn't happen, unfollow me, please. I've been to what's left of Auschwitz, and let me just say, you know some terrible shit went down in that camp. You can't recreate an atmosphere like that. The most vivid memory of that tour that I have is walking towards the chapel, which is on the other side of the camp, and stopping halfway, turning my petty ass back around, and noping the fuck out of there. The atmosphere of that place was enough to send a lot of people to tears, and kept a lot of people at the entrance. I grew up being ashamed of my German heritage because of this. I was bullied relentlessly because I am half German. My mom is from Germany. I don't take insults about the Holocaust lightly, and neither should anyone else. Oh, I know there's a fact that there are spirits there. You got spirits there that can't pass on because they still feel the misery of what they felt. There are also spirits of guards there. Spirits that are filled with nothing but malicious intent. In general, the atmosphere of that camp is just full of sadness, regret, anger, despair, guilt. It's a very overwhelming atmosphere. At the very entrance, there's a metal sign that says, Arbeit macht frei. Work will make you free. To think that could have been the first thing that some people saw when entering that camp, and it's a philosophy they had to live by. If I had to picture hell, I imagine that's what it would look like. And I don't think a deity with an ounce of good intent would touch that place with a 10-foot pole. So I saw a TikTok asking if 2020 was a piece of candy, what kind of candy would it be? If you ask me, 2020 is any sort of candy you get from that sketchy neighbor across the street. Looks perfectly fine and delicious on the surface, but the moment you break into it, or God forbid, take a bite out of it, you realize it's full of glass and razor blades. The struggles of being a YouTuber. I really want to do the next lesson of Witchcraft 101, but a lot of people have been asking me to do a review of the most recent episode of Hell of a Boss. Them nagging at me to make that review honestly doesn't make me any more motivated to make it. A lot of people are guaranteed to watch that video, which will really help me out money-wise. But the next witchcraft lesson is going to be about deities. A lot of people have been asking about deity work. But if I don't do that review, I'm never going to hear the end of it. Okay, heads or tails? Heads, witchcraft, tails, Helluva. Tails?
Tell me your unpopular Disney opinion.
Disney needs to stop ruining all their best movies by making these dumbass live-action remakes. I'll admit, what they did with Sleeping Beauty by making Maleficent was actually pretty good. And this is an unpopular opinion, but I actually liked the live-action remake of The Lion King. Absolutely nothing changed about the movie other than they made realistic-looking animals. Mulan was bullshit. For a lot of reasons, but the biggest reason that I didn't go and watch it in theaters is because I found out there was no Mushu in it. And when all the other stuff came out about the production of that movie, I was glad I didn't go see it. I don't remember the live-action remake of Cinderella, even though I know I've watched it. And I hear they're going to be doing a live-action remake of The Aristocats someday. Disney, it's time to stop. As someone who used to want to be a butler, I've got a few things to say about this. Having that house and keeping it looking like that is gonna take a mighty big staff. Dust, cobwebs, waxing the floors, cleaning the furniture, cleaning the windows, keeping up the lawn or whatever gardens it may have. Imagine every single thing you do to maintain your own house being applied to that house. And yes, if you want a staff that's going to upkeep that house, you're going to have to pay them. And if you think you're going to be able to charge minimum wage for that, hey, you got another thing coming. Some butlers out there actually do make a 6-figure salary. Yes, I understand this is the hypothetical dream house. But I think people need to start looking into what keeps up the dream houses in the first place.
What's the most useless knowledge you were taught in your childhood?
The difference is between something that is poisonous and venomous. I love reptiles, especially snakes. And if I had $1 for every time someone asked me if a snake I was holding was poisonous, I'd be a rich man. I think there are only like 2 species of snake in the world that are poisonous. What they're actually referring to is venomous. If it injects toxins into your bloodstream by biting you, it is venomous. If something is poisonous, that means it is covered in a toxin or contains a toxin that will only kill you or harm you if you eat it. Plus, I live in Michigan. I think the only venomous snake we have here is the Masaga rattler, and it's endangered. The only reason I know this information is to educate others, and it pisses me off.
Disney song. Can you not contain yourself when it comes on?
It is every trans man's theme song. I'll make a man out of you from Mulan. Seriously, someone needs to play that at a pride parade. Guaranteed everyone in the crowd will burst into song. Bruh, I don't know how that woman is still on this app. She has broken more community guidelines than Blue Collar Cody. TikTok, do you really make that much dough off of her? I don't dare touch her with a 10-foot pole. I know who I am. I'm not vegan. I'm never going to be vegan. If I developed a medical condition to where I couldn't eat meat or dairy, that's it for me. Blessed be, I was meant to eat bacon, eggs, steaks, and bratwurst. And another one of my favorite foods is Nutella. That's not vegan friendly. She could say whatever the hell she wants to me. At the end of the day, I'm still not going to be vegan. But you're definitely right. She needs to get the fuck off this app.
What's one historical figure you want to fight one-on-one?
Oh, hands down, it would be Hitler. No weapons, no tricks. Nothing but our bare fists. I'd whoop his ass so hard they would have to create an entirely new word in Germany for Mein Kampf. I'd kick his ass all the way from Nuremberg to Berlin. If I ever find you on the astral plane, your ass is grass.
What's the meanest thing someone did to you in high school, and do you forgive them?
Okay, so this happened when I was in freshman year of high school. I've never been the most athletically fit person, and in high school it just seemed to be on the decline. My gym teacher was ruthless and would ordinarily wear us all out before we even got to our main activities for the day. Just with warm-ups. We were in our basketball unit and we were doing this game where we follow the leader, where we dribbled the balls in a line. I couldn't keep up with my line and I had to frequently stop to take breaks. I had volunteered to put all the balls away, so I was the last one going into the locker room. And I did not walk all the way in there before I heard all those girls gossiping about me and how slow I was. To be fair, it was the popular girls that were saying this shit. And no, I don't forgive them. They're the reason I have trust issues. Oh boy, we're asking the big questions today. It would depend. If someone just came up to me and was like, hey, you have to stop loving this person, and gave no further evidence or explanation as to why, then no. Now, if they called me up, sat me down and said, hey, this person is cheating on you, and then provided evidence like text messages, phone calls, emails, so on and so forth, or better yet, the person they were cheating on me with sat me down and did the exact same thing, then we'd have something to talk about. Yes, I speak from personal experience, and to this day I still do not forgive that person. But yeah, I have trust issues, so I never just take anybody's word for anything. Give me the evidence and I'll decide where to go from there.